Hello and welcome back to my channel, my friends. In this video, you will be learning about the solid waste management rules of the year 2016, understanding the key legislation rules for waste management in India. So, the solid waste management rules, that is SWM 2016, govern the management of solid waste in India to ensure proper collection, segregation, storage, transportation, processing, and disposal of the solid wastes. So, this rule was applicable to every waste generator, including, say, households, offices, industries, and any other institution existing in India. If we have to look into the key objectives of the SWM rules 2016, that is the solid waste management rules 2016, here are the 5 pointers we need to know. That is promoting the segregation of waste at any source, encourage waste minimization through recycling and reuse, involve public participation in waste management, integrate the informal waste picking sector, and ensure scientific processing and disposal of waste. So, the scope of these rules were that who was covered and the types of waste which was covered under these rules. So, if we have to ask who was all under these rules, the municipalities and the urban local bodies, any waste generator, each and every little waste generator in India, basically individuals, institutions, and businesses, any waste individuals, waste generators. Then the manufacturers and brand owners of products generating these wastes were also covered. So, the types of waste covered. Uh, this scope of rules covered all the kinds of waste, that is domestic, institutional, commercial, and construction debris. So, the key features of the SWM rules 2016 were source segregation, responsibilities of the waste generators, and the role of each and every urban local bodies. So, source segregation is nothing but the waste to be segregated to biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and hazardous categories. If we know the segregation at home that we make to wet and dry waste was also formed in the year 2016. That is an example for source segregation. The next one is the responsibilities of each and every waste generator. So, their responsibilities was to store the segregated waste, that is to store the um, dry and wet waste segregated separately. Then to pay the user fees for waste collection. So, we all know we pay the BBMP people every day for waste collection every day. Then no littering in public spaces. This is one important thing we have to know as a citizen to keep our country clean, that is not to litter in public spaces, hence the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So, the next feature was the role of urban local bodies. So, each and every urban local bodies made sure that they went from door to door for waste collection every day, at least once in a week or once in 3 days. This also established waste processing and recycling plants in the urban bodies. So, if we have to dig deep into EPR, that is extended producer responsibility, it is defined as the manufacturers and the brand owners must manage post consumer waste generated by their products. So, as a manufacturer or as a brand owner, I not only keep quiet after generating and segregating my waste, I need to manage personally. The brand or the institution must manage the post consumer waste which is generated by the products. In this way, the managers or the manufacturers keep in mind to produce the products in such a way that less waste is generated post consumption. That is extended producer responsibility. So, the applicability is nothing but the fact that the targets met are the industries producing packaging materials or electronics or any other high waste products. So all these industries had to follow the EPR. So the major impact that was caused by this EPR was that it encouraged eco-friendly product designs, wherein now in today's world we see sustainable fashion brands, sustainable clothing brands, sustainable bags, sustainable, I don't know, many. So yeah, it encourages eco-friendly product designs, and today we have a lot of recycling programs going on even now. So, waste processing and disposal. The processing methods usually include composting, vermiculture, biomethanation for the biodegradable waste. However, since we can't directly degrade the non biodegradable waste, we will be using recycling, as we all know. So, the disposable standards include landfills, which are only for the non recyclable and inert wastes, because the recyclable wastes are segregated and put away. Also, there is a ban on burning and open dumping of the waste because it will increase the biomethanation and it is very harmful for the air we breathe. So, the penalties for non-compliance. Individual generators, that is we as individual persons, uh, also had to pay certain penalties if they did not comply to the rules. So there were fines for not segregating waste or littering in public spaces. Segregating as in dry and wet waste again. So the corporate institutions also had penalties for not adhering to EPR, that is the extended producer responsibility. Then the urban local bodies had the accountability for failing to ensure proper waste management. That is the BBMP, for example, it is also a urban local body. So these kind of institutions were also accountable and were held for penalty if they did not ensure proper waste management. So the impacts and challenges were also there. So there were positive outcomes, that is the impacts, like increase awareness about the waste segregation, then growth of recycling industries and cleaner urban environments. These were a very good positive outcomes or impacts, as we can say. We also faced challenges, that is lack of infrastructure. As I told you earlier, there were no much infrastructure for recycling and collection, and limited public participation and informal sector integration issues. So in conclusion, the key takeaways were that the SWM rules aim for sustainable waste management through segregation and recycling of the scientific disposal of the waste. So the active participation from citizens, industries and local bodies were also essential. That's all for today, my friends. Thank you.